Violence calls are one of the most dangerous calls officers respond to. Those who work in law enforcement say police are trained to be cautious when arriving at a scene like that because domestic violence reports can escalate so quickly. Dylan Domingue talked with an expert today who says these type of calls are very unpredictable.
And Mike, we've done this story too many times this year so far. Sergeant Hyman is the 4th Kansas law enforcement officer to be killed in the line of duty this year. 2 of those deaths came during a domestic violence call. Joe Shalacy, a former homicide detective in Miami who has more than 3 decades of experience in law enforcement, says what makes domestic violence calls more dangerous is the unknown factor. If officers are called to another violent crime scene like a shooting, they know a gun is involved, but for a domestic violence report, they may not always know what to expect. He says by the time officers do get called, emotions are already high between the victim and the abuser and can escalate further, so officers always having to react minute by minute.
It's already charged with the emotion. That's why they're being called out there. You have partners that have a lot at stake, and there's a lot of emotion that's involved. So officers going to these calls know firsthand and foremost how dangerous that could be.
And in most cases, when someone finally does call police for a domestic violence report, they fear a breaking point has already been reached. Shalacy also says that in the aftermath, when an officer does die on duty, agencies will look at new training methods or even new equipment in order to keep officers safe the next time they respond. Mike.